Hi everyone, my name is Mr. Wells and I teach in the STEM biomedical science pathway here at Lancaster High School. Today we're going to go through just a few short slides to explain what biomedical science is and what you might get out of being part of the class. The first question we usually get is, how is biomed different than our health tech CT program? Well, our health tech program is 2 years. It happens over at Stanberry. It takes 3 periods a day. Health tech is focused more on practical curriculum with the end goal of becoming a state tested nursing assistant. This enables you to leave high school and immediately join the workforce if you want. Biomedical science is different. While it also lasts 2 years, it's only 2 periods a day, and we're focused on more of an academic curriculum rather than a practical one. There's no licensure or certification that you get out of biomed. But on the other hand, biomed is for those students who are really looking at doing a pre-med or pre-vet or pre-pharmacy, maybe a nursing major in college. Right? If you're thinking about anything in a college degree that's going to require you to go to college and go into the medical field that way, biomed is the place for you. You also do research opportunities, community service, and it will fulfill the internship requirement for the STEM honors diploma when you graduate from LHS. In the first year of biomed, consists of two different classes. All right, the class that you take during your first semester is called Principles of Biomedical Science. We do a lot of dissections in PBS. We talk about a lot of different diseases. We look at medicine through the lenses of biology and chemistry. We try to tie together what you've learned this year in biology to what you'll be learning next year in chemistry, all through how to treat patients. You learn clinical skills about how to take blood pressure and interview patients, and we do a lot of different stuff in PBS. In the spring semester, you take the Human Body Systems course. HBS is your anatomy course. We learn all about the muscles, the bones, how the different body systems within the human body work and interact together. We look at different diseases and how they affect different body systems. During the second year, you start with the medical interventions course. In medical interventions, you're looking deeper into how to prevent and diagnose diseases. You're looking at how to build a prosthetic arm. You do some 3D printing. You do a lot of lab work at medical interventions. And finally, in the spring of the second year, you take biomedical innovation. And biomedical innovation is your research course. It's during this time that you will work with an outside professional on a real science research project. You will develop that project from beginning to end. You'll create a research poster and you'll end up presenting that research in the spring of the second year. Some other common questions that we get. Can I take engineering and biomed at the same time? Well, the answer is no. All right. Depending on what our master schedule looks like for the teachers year to year, and other courses that you take, it is possible to take both an engineering and a biomed pathway course during the same year. It has been done rarely in the past, but be aware that by doing that severely restricts the number of electives you're going to be able to take. You're now taking 2 periods for biomed, another period for engineering. That's 3 of your 9-period day just to take those classes. That's a huge chunk of your schedule, and most people can't afford that. Do I have to take chemistry while I'm taking biomed? Yes, plain and simple. There's no questions about this one. Both Algebra 2 and chemistry are prerequisites or co-requisites for biomed. You have to have it. Without chemistry, you're really going to struggle to understand the details of the biochemistry that we're going to learn in class. You've got to have chemistry back in you. Can I take AP classes and biomed at the same time? Absolutely. In fact, the second year of biomed is put together in such a way that it works very well with either AP biology or AP chemistry. In fact, Mrs. Julian can tell you that some of her AP biology students are also in the second year of biomed, and they kind of float back and forth. Some days they spend more time with her in AP biology. Sometimes they spend more time with Mr. Byatt in biomed too. It just depends. But absolutely, they work, and they work quite well together. Is biomed a CCP class? Yes, the first year is. All right. The second year is not, but the first year is a CCP class, and you get credit through Hocking College for a human organism class. It is a 4 semester hour class. So, yeah, absolutely. CCP credit is available if you're eligible. Can I take biomed along with the CT program? Usually, this question comes up in terms of marketing. A lot of students tend to want to do marketing and biomed. The answer is no. You cannot. You have to make a choice, either engineering, biomed, or CT. Am I right for biomed, or is it even right for me? Well, those are some good questions. Um, Here's what some former students have had to say. This class is for people who like to learn by doing. If you need to be told what to study or need to be lectured to, stay away. If you aren't organized, if you can't keep up with assignments on your own, you won't do well. If you don't like biology, you won't like biomed. So those are all quotes from former students who have taken this class. So what's class like? Here's some more quotes. We're treated more like adults as opposed to little kids who need to be under strict rules. It requires reasonable, out of the box thinking before the answer is given to us. I like how this class challenges me. We have the freedom to be creative and do things on a higher level. I think when you come into biomed, whether it's biomed 1 or biomed 2, you walk into our classrooms and you're going to see really a learning community happening, which is kind of hard this year with COVID. But in general, in years past, it involves a lot of you're out of the seat, you're working with other people, you're working in groups, you're solving cases, you're doing different things. It's definitely not a structured sit at your desk all day kind of experience in either class. We do a lot of outreach and service learning projects in biomed as well, especially during the first year. Because your second year, you're pretty busy with your research. But we've traveled to Ewing, Medill. We've worked with MD classes. We've planned on doing a health fair for our staff, although with COVID, we can't do that this year. But we absolutely do a lot of service learning, and that's a lot of fun. In fact, we have our own student organization called HOSA. It stands for the Health Occupation Students of America. Through HOSA, you can complete community service projects. You can even compete in events, local, regional, state events. All right, and we like to do some outreach things. We like to kind of give back to our community. We usually take 3 big field trips each year. Again, with COVID, we haven't been able to do that this year, but hopefully next year we will. We like to go to the Genetics Update Conference. We take that trip along with Mrs. Julian's AP Biology class. We have traveled to the Ohio University's Research Expo. And every year we try to take a trip to the Wexner Medical Center on the campus of Ohio State. And we usually get a full tour of the kind of behind the scenes of the hospital up there. Will biomed really help me in my future? Yes, absolutely. And in fact, there are plenty of examples of former biomed students from LHS who are pursuing their passions, and they're doing some really amazing things after they leave here at LHS. Here's a good example. Nathan Kunzler, class of 2019. He's at Heidelberg now. He plays soccer. He's a biochemistry major with a career plan to become a physician's assistant. Jacob Jubach, also class of 2019. He's down at Wilmington College playing baseball. He's a pre-veterinary science and biology major with the goal of becoming a large animal vet. Jacob Nauman is at West Point. He's a gymnast up there at West Point. He's chemical engineering and pre-med. Still undecided. I think he's going down more of the research route, though, but definitely doing a lot of sciencey stuff at West Point. You say, okay, what if I'm not sure I want to go to college? Well, we got you. Jackson Reinshield, class of 2019. I believe he has since left Joint Base San Antonio. He's up in Alaska now, and he is a combat medic, and he's actually, I believe, in the airborne division now up there. Jackson scored so high on his exams during combat medic training that the Army not only gave him a promotion before he graduated, they also hired him to tutor his fellow soldiers. And when I talked to him, he credits his time taking these biomed courses for giving him the skills and knowledge that he needed. He's out there on the front lines now, and he's using this information that he got right here at LHS. Peyton Harris is in the U.S. Army Reserve. He's specializing in chemical engineering, and he credits his time at Biomed for helping him graduate from Army training school first in his class. So there are some good examples of biomed students who have done some pretty amazing things. If you have any questions, feel free to stop by my classroom, room 205, and ask away.